Welcome to another episode of Supersize. We, comedians in cars, selling condiments. I am one of your hosts. I am Ryan Danley, coming out from Portland, Oregon. With me, as always, is the gorgeous Kyle Adam. You have lovely locks. You know that?
Oh, thank you, man. Yep.
And coming to us very special. This is our first out of state. We were in Salem last week, but our out of state from Sacramento, California. One of my favorite people, the very funny, the very amazing comedian. We're lucky to have him here, Johnny Taylor. What's up, man?
What's up? How are you? Good to be here.
I'm doing all right. How's Sacktown right now?
Sac is good. California is starting to open up more, and people are getting more vaccinated, and we've done well to kind of avoid that fourth surge. We're still kind of flat. It's a higher flat than we want to be, but I'm booking shows and starting to get back out there. So I'm feeling overall pretty positive, and but that shit can change with one headline. So
for sure. I feel like it's weird. I was thinking about it. Like, I have no idea what Biden's done all week, and what a kind of relieving. Like, I have no idea what the guy does every day. Like, I mean, and
so
how I think sometimes we have to stop and appreciate that I can just worry about COVID right now. What a breath of fresh air. I can just focus in on the global pandemic, not the abusive relationship we had with the president. You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
What's his emotions going to be like today? How's he feeling about this? And you know what I mean? What a terrible, it's like being followed around by your dad. You know what I mean? It's totally.
It's just a barrage of outrage every day, and you can't even focus on one thing because the next day you'd have something worse. It's how did you?
Right.
It's like storming the castle. Basically, it's if one person went, they'd get caught and taken down. But if you send 1,000, it's you can't defend yourself from that much mind fuckery.
Right.
Yeah. It just feels really nice to not have to give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
About what he's.
I'm glad the news is boring again.
It's super boring.
The news is boring. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, it frees up those stress receptors to deal with, like Ryan was saying, all this other shit. So I mean, and Biden wasn't my ideal choice, but fuck, is he so much better than the alternative?
Right. And he wasn't. I don't think anybody was I'm not really sure anybody who was super pro Biden, but he is the sort of aperitif. You know what I mean? He's
right.
I just
he's the rebound. He's the rebound boyfriend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The fucking sorbet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, well, cool. Yeah. I should make it down to Sacramento sometime. I've been through it on the way places, but I've never actually stopped there. So I should.
Sac's got a good scene. We've got 4 dedicated comedy clubs, ton of great alt rooms. We have a great urban scene. Yeah, it's Sac is cool. I mean, the last 3 NBC stand-up winners have come from Sac, which people don't seem to talk about, but.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we've got a really good scene here. It was one of the better satellite scenes in the country, probably. With Portland, Austin. I guess Austin's slowly becoming not a satellite scene anymore, but Austin, Portland, Philly, and Sac are all some of my favorite, real scenes that isn't a bunch of actors and actresses pretending to be stand-up comics.
Sure.
But yeah, come down. It'll be fun. I'll show you around.
I'm a bullshitter, which is kind of like an actor. So I guess I can kind of follow.
Yeah.
I've been pretending to be a human for a long time. So I guess.
Yeah. If we're taking that route, I think we're all actors.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Got to be a bullshitter to do this.
Oh yeah.
We decided to go this week. We had an interesting thing. We had talked about doing the what was it called? The Fire Burger?
The Fiery Famous Star. And I was actually excited because it looked hella good.
Yeah, it really did. It looked really good. But being that it's our first out of state, the release specific things, specific places, I suppose. So, I mean, through this process, I'm going to really learn a lot about the fast food industry's marketing program. You know what I mean? And so it's like probably more than I want them to know, but all knowledge is power.
Right.
So I will, so.
At least it's not a Hardee's. We actually did have a Carl's Jr. So.
Yeah, exactly. We did.
Oh, I remember Hardee's. I'm from Florida, man. We had
Hardee's, East Coast Carl's Jr.
Oh yeah, Hardee's breakfast was rad, but the dinner was kind of whack.
Yeah.
So we went for the jalapeno thick burger. It is disappointing that they don't spell it THICC.
Yeah.
But it comes in the box, like it's a box. It's a good.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it is.
We all have the same thing.
It's amazing. It's bringing people together.
Oh, man.
All
This looks
right.
good.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Like,
Presenting.
Pepper jack on there. I love pepper jack.
some jack, some it looks like pickled jalapenos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks
they
good.
look
Ooh,
pretty
nice thick slab of red onion.
This looks nice.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Doesn't look bad.
All right.
Doesn't look like the picture.
No,
But-
no, it does not look like the picture.
Oh,
But
will do.
that's all right. It all falling down on it. Yeah, it's What do you think?
So
I'm
mine's
a fan.
mine's a little dry,
Mhm,
but it does taste it. These red onions really make it pop.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
The red onion is a good choice for it. It gives it it elevates it to like some next level shit,
Yeah. No, this is pretty good.
Yeah. Some green leaf. I mean, it's like it actually kind of feels like quote unquote like a real burger. You know what I mean? Like it kind of feels like it's like a burger that I would get at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like Red Robin would fuck with something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this does. Oh yeah, I worked at Red Robin for a few years. That's exactly what this reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
This would be like a $12 burger at Red Robin.
Yeah. The pepper jack's nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mine has a decent amount of jalapenos on it. So it's actually
Yeah,
like
there's a lot.
it's actually like pretty spicy. It's like
Oh yeah, it's got some heat for sure.
Yeah, that's why I went with vanilla shake because I'm a wimp. I need a cream to balance out the
I
spice.
feel you.
Mhm.
Yeah. The burger, it's called a thick burger. I wouldn't say it's particularly thick,
mm-mm.
but I mean, it's a good size. It's definitely like larger than like a McDonald's burger.
Mhm.
But yeah, but if you said to me like, "Here's a thick burger," and I looked at it, like I would be like, I don't know, like,
So
what are we? Where's the standard on thin?
Yeah,
You know what I
this is-
mean? Like,
Yeah, compared to a McDouble, or not McDouble, but like a single cheeseburger from McDonald's or a single little cheeseburger from somewhere else, it's small. But this is like, I mean, if I made a burger and I made a thick burger, it would be much thicker than this for
Right.
sure. I would definitely say that.
yeah, this is cooked all the way through.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Carl's Jr. is like an interesting business. Besides like the Hardee's like comparison, like do you remember like for a long time when they had like those Maxim style commercials where like
Yeah.
the women in like the bathing suits were like eating like sloppy cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Those
If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
That's right, exactly. And you're
I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want the shit to go all over the place.
Right. Like I get shit to do. It makes me like I would love to be like it's such a half joke talking about like adding stuff, but like imagine being in that meeting. They're like, okay, check this out. I want like Maxim cover art, like Playboy centerfolds
Uh-huh.
eating juicy burgers with like sauce running down their face, and somebody had to like green light that.
Yeah, there was some guy that greened with that and was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be hot."
Really into Thousand Island on tits. I don't know why. I just ever since I was a kid, just Thousand Island just did it for me. Two of my favorite things.
It is probably a peek behind some weird curtain. You know what I mean? Like we're now like seeing some weird like. But can we smear it all over their feet by any chance? Is it?
I think Carmen Electra was actually in one of those commercials. Dennis Rodman might have been too.
I wonder where Carmen Electra is now.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like some kind of a Nielsen for commercials or something where they're like, yeah, our 15% of our demographic is food play people. That's who's mostly watching this.
Yeah, I watched The Last Dance, a Chicago Bulls documentary, and Carmen Electra was in it. She's in her 50s. Dude, she kept her fastball.
Sure.
She looks amazing. I was like, oh man, she's held up amazingly.
I wonder if she still works. If she's still like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I wonder what she does.
just sits around and beats Carmen Electra. You know what I mean? Like at some point you're just like, I'm Carmen Electra. You know?
Yeah, when you're Carmen Electra, you're never not Carmen Electra.
Right.
I feel like she's been doing some voice work. I've definitely seen her in cartoon, like on her credit in the credits of cartoons as a voice actor.
I always thought she was cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I got no Carmen Electra issues. I think she's cool. Like
she used to date Prince. I mean, come on.
Right, come on.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Amazing. This is kind of spicy.
Yeah, that's kind of spicy, isn't it? It's like just
it's
like
kind of kicking my ass. Yeah, I'm kicking my ass a little bit.
We put a lot of jalapenos on there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to think that Prince is probably kind of a bad boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like he's got to be like a really tough dude to be around.
How do you deal with him?
Love him, talented as all get out, but
one of my favorites ever. But at the same time, it's just like every single genius has to be impossible to be around.
Right.
Oh yeah, especially if they're aware of their genius. If they're like they're not self-doubting at all. Just like they just think they're great.
Yeah, I mean, I know firsthand from people telling me how hard it is to be around me.
Yeah,
I like Carl's Jr.
Yeah, I like Carl's Jr. too.
Let's go.
It's just kind of like eating like a burger. You know what I mean? Like it's just like if you like a spicy burger, get this. You know,
it feels real.
Yeah, it feels real. Agreed.
Yeah, it reminds me of Red Robin and a little bit like Steak and Shake, which is another East Coast. Yeah, Steak and Shake is. Yeah, I had a buddy who used to work at Steak and Shake, and he worked third shift, and he would just lock the restaurant basically, and we'd go in the back and make whatever the fuck we wanted. It was amazing. Just get hella stoned, rolling blunts in the parking lot, and we're like, all right, we're gonna make a peanut butter and chocolate and milkshake and a quadruple pepper jack jalapeno burger. Like this is fucking nuts.
You get some fries, Ryan, too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got to break it up with fries. It gives me like it's like a palate cleanser. No, this is good. Like I'm actually like kind of just like into like eating it. Like it's I like the vegetables on it. Like I feel like the vegetables. It's like a piece of green leaf lettuce, which is
right.
Not iceberg. You know what I mean?
Not iceberg, yeah.
Not iceberg. And iceberg has its place. I'm not an elitist. I'd love a
it's too wet for a burger. I feel like iceberg's too wet for a burger. It kind of fucks the ratio.
But people love iceberg. I mean, like,
I like the crunch for sure.
Yeah. But like then the tomato and like I got like a really nice piece of red onion on this, and like that, like that to me that's it's kind of like the bean burrito at Taco Bell. You know, it's got onions in it, and like if like they do the onions right, it like just adds like the some reality to it. You know what I mean? So
the red onion is lightweight the champion of this burger.
Oh yeah. No, it definitely. So I'm thinking about last week's episode. We did the sourdough king, and it was just cheese, burger, bacon, bread, and ketchup. And this burger kind of has everything that burger needed. Like if we had like the vegetable set on that last burger, it would have been a much better sandwich.
Is that Burger King?
Yeah.
Yeah, Burger King.
It was like 2 pieces of sourdough bread, like with a hamburger.
So I mean, I like the idea.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was like, don't get us wrong, it was really good. It was just a lot of the same. They didn't have any vegetables on it, no pickles, no onions, no, not even like a minced white onion like a McDonald's burger. You know, so by the time like halfway through it, you're like, wow, this is a lot of, and like the fries was a bad choice with it because it was still like more of that flavor. Here I'm getting like a lot of different things. Like I'm getting the burger. And then the pickled jalapenos gives like some acidity. Oh, that's good. What were you gonna say, Johnny?
The Burger King fries are usually only okay.
Yeah. I don't know what I think about these Carl's Jr. fries. They're fine. I'll just say that they're fine. They're the Burger King fries. They try to go for like a crispy fry. They do that potato starch on the outside stuff, and that's okay. I can get like a little tired of that. These are
I got Chris cut. They're nice.
That's a good choice. I kind of wish I had gotten. I'm having Fry MD now.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Trying to find one.
Carl's Jr. kind of does a little of that thing that Jack in the Box does, which has like the expanded menu with like fresh cut fries and jalapeno poppers and like stuff like that. But they don't go all nuts with it like Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box crazy.
Carl's Jr. is for alcoholics and Jack in the Box is for stoners. That's that's the best way to That's the best way to put it, I think. Like, because it's like Carl's Jr. is a lot of like, hey, savory and greasy, and then Jack in the Box is like, hey, you're stoned. You want to try this?
Yeah.
Zucchini.
Yeah, dude, I like the they have the cheddar and bacon potato wedges at Jack in the Box, which I love.
Right.
But have you tried the mini tacos?
Those are amazing. Yeah.
Really, I mean, the stoner in me is just, I love those.
Oh yeah.
Hit you on that level. You know.
Oh, totally.
Well, they're like crispy but soggy at the same time, but in a good way. It's so weird. It's such a weird texture.
They dump like guac and hot sauce on it. So good.
That was always the post comedy meal. We would get that munchy meal after we used to have a midnight mic at Fun House out here, and we would go there.
I've done that, Mike. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've been to that one? Yeah, that one was fun. But yeah, that was the haunt. That was the old haunt. We just get stoned in the parking lot. And you get 2 tacos with that, and then curly fries. Oh yeah,
so good.
I like. They're not scared at. They're not scared at Jack in the Box. I mean, they're just not scared. They're like, you know what? Like, let's just do like pho. We'll have a pho bowl. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and they're straight marketing to stoners.
Yeah.
You know, you watch the commercials. It's always just some dude that's taking 15 dabs and he's like wandered himself to Jack in the Box. And I'm that guy sometimes.
But I mean, there needs to be a place for that. You know what I mean? There needs to be like when I was a younger man and had partaked in smoking weed, I would always be afraid that people knew I was stoned. Whether it be like my haunt was always 7-Eleven nachos. I kind of like 7-Eleven nachos. Like that was like back. This is back before like you got them in the bag and everything. Like you would just go in there and they had just like. So maybe you like you could like go through them. Yeah, exactly.
Got the chili on there too.
Yeah, a little bit of chili and like and they had like the jalapenos and a little salsa on there. I mean, that's like a pretty grubbing meal, and it was like a couple bucks. You know? Yeah, but I would always be like terrified of seeing like the person because I'm a terrible pot smoker. Like like will spend more time like worrying about who I know is gonna die first. You know what I mean? Crap like that. I'm like, this is not why I get inebriated. You know what I mean? I just like live in that zone. So I prefer drinking because it was like I just didn't give a shit at all. You know what I mean?
You're like, I hope they die.
I hope they die. I'm going to take a cup of this nacho cheese out of the 7-Eleven, and if this guy says anything to me, well,
You punch in the face.
he gets straight up punched in the face. So, to each their own. No, this was great. This is a great burger. It was kind of like just like we keep saying, like a freaking hamburger. And I actually like feel okay after I ate it. Like I didn't really feel like I ate like a fast food burger.
I agree. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a normal state.
It's not. I mean, like I'm not about to go for a run or anything, but like it's How about you? How about you, Kyle? You gonna go for a run?
Oh man, I had to take a break on it just because I'm a wimp with spice, but I really do enjoy it. Just the jalapenos are kicking my ass for a minute here. I think it's also because I think that there was some seeds in it still, and then also when you pickle them, they're even spicier. So it's definitely. I'm just a wimp. But I do have my shake, so I'm good. I got some backup. But
do they just not eat a lot of spicy food in Florida? Where you're from?
No, people do. I'm just not really like set up for it, and it's weird because my spice sensitivity changes because sometimes I'll eat sriracha like crazy and it's fine, and I don't feel anything, and then other times sriracha even kicks my ass, and that's mild at best, you know.
Yeah, pretty mild.
Yeah.
I will say that the jalapenos, they were not bitch jalapenos.
No.
On this burger. They were like, I mean, they weren't extra spicy, but they were like definitely, some places you'll go and you'll get jalapenos on something.
Mm-hmm.
Not spicy at all.
Yeah.
They're just like no seeds. But these ones were, these were medium level jalapenos.
They're kind of not messing around at Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
I am sweating right now. I got a 10-minute set in a bit, so I'm like, I don't want to feel like garbage.
Right.
I can't this whole thing. I need more napkins actually. I got moist towelettes in here.
Oh, you're prepped.
We're all prepared in the car.
That's good.
You'll get all sweaty up there, and people will be like, "Oh, I see why Kyle's been losing weight. He's on that cocaine."
Oh, that's what they're gonna say. No, I'm the only motherfucker who starts a fast food podcast and loses fucking like 30 pounds in the process.
Nice, good work.
Yeah, it's just my cheat day today. This is basically the way it works. So when we do the podcast, I do a cheat day, and then the rest of the week I don't eat anything really.
I'm anorexic except for podcast days.
No, I eat almonds. I eat almonds and carrots and shit all day, and then I eat like one meal in the middle of the day. But it's basically nothing compared to what I used to just gorge myself on.
Right.
So,
well, it's nice to have a day for a treat.
Yeah, exactly. This feels good. Sometimes I shake when I'm opening the wrapper. I'm like,
I can't wait.
that evolution of your brain is like, yes, give it to me. Give me that.
Well, it feels like a drug now. It's like it's so obvious that fast food is a drug to me now. I'm like, oh shit, like time to get high in my car. Like,
right. It totally is. I'm so with you.
Yeah, it's you can like I find like I sometimes will eat like fast food kind of like I drank like secretively, like like I'll stop someplace and get like a burger and like I'll eat it and then I don't want anybody to know about it, you know what I mean? And like it's kind of like it's been like a little secret and stuff like that, like totally toxic behaviors of like.
Oh yeah, I used to hide bags from Tori just because Tori's been doing so well with her diet, and not that would even tempt her, but I didn't want her to judge me. I actually I hid a Pizza Hut box under our couch, and she found it, and I'm like, fuck, like I completely forgot that I did that. I got really stoned, and it was
all. Let's put it here. That's hilarious.
All right, well,
there's a bit in there somewhere.
There's got to be.
I'm trying. I'm thinking. Yeah. The quarantine was a wacky time for us, for sure.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
All right, on a scale of 1 to 5, Johnny, how do you feel about the presentation?
Presentation, I would give it a solid 3. I didn't I wasn't overwhelmed by the beauty of the burger.
Mhm.
You could see some, red onions sticking out, which I was like, oh, this isn't a cheap bullshit white onion burger.
Right.
But it didn't, you couldn't really see the patty very well from it, but it wasn't a bad presentation. The box was nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle.
Yeah, I'd say a 3 as well. Like it looked really good. It wasn't. Well, it was one thing I really liked about it was everything was pretty neat on my sandwich.
Right.
It didn't fall apart until I started eating it, which is bound to happen. But I hate when you open a fast food wrapper and it's falling apart. Whether it be that everyone's really busy or slammed or understaffed that day, but sometimes sometimes you open it up and you have to like reassemble it. But that was nice. I liked the jalapenos were tucked in nicely and they were melted into the cheese. And like you guys are saying with the onion and the green lettuce leaf was just a really nice touch. So yeah, I'd give it a 3.5 probably.
I wasn't like offended by it, but actually to the point of like it not being as thick as I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little bit off of that. I'm gonna go for like a 2.75, just because like you said, if you call it a thick burger, like it should be like a little,
Especially based on the commercial, which
exactly,
it's like it looks super thick in the ad.
And then you get it, and you're like, okay, this is just kind of like a frozen patty, like if you were to go buy like a stack of frozen patties at Costco or something like that, they would be kind of similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a slice of one of those meat rolls. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like the tube of ground beef.
Yeah.
We'll just get one of those paper cutters, like.
It was, that was the vibe for sure.
I'd actually like to talk to the person who decided, like, you know what we should do is we should put all this ground beef in a tube. That's probably going to be our best sales. And they sell like the shit out of it, but like to me, like it's like, I mean, I buy them occasionally, like if the price is right or whatever. But like it's just like it was just an interesting choice. Like I understand that it's probably like utilitarian, like it's just an easier vessel to put it in than putting it on styrofoam things and stuff like that. But still, like somebody had to say, like, let's just put this shit in a plastic tube.
Like, tube it up. Let's go.
Like a tube of beef is just like never in my mind something that I would pitch as a beef tube as mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel.
Yeah, I thought it was comfortable. It wasn't so thick that you couldn't get your whole mouth around it, which was good. Good consistency. I would say solid 3.5.
Cool. Kyle?
Yeah, I would give it a 4. It was definitely good. The crunch of the onions was a really nice touch, and it kind of helped cleanse the palate of all the meat and the cheese together, because sometimes pepper jack can be an overpowering cheese flavor. And I think it was a really nice bite ratio too. So I would give it a 4.
Cool. I'm gonna give it a 4 as well, for the sheer amount of vegetables on it. Like the vegetable presence was like good, and as a vegetable fan, it was like a really nice like I really felt like I was eating like tomatoes and this and that, and I think like that sort of, and then the jalapenos in there, like the pickled jalapenos were something like a little different in there, so it like actually like was kind of a full like spectrum eating experience. Like you got the crunchiness, you got the onions and the lettuce, and then with like the pickled flavor. I don't know.
My tomatoes were solid too.
Yeah, my tomatoes were solid.
Good tomato.
Yeah. I wonder how that works. I wonder if they're. We should ask if they're like getting are they getting it shipped in cut, or are they cutting it on site? I don't know.
The beef.
Or no, the vegetable.
Oh, the actual vegetables.
Yeah. Okay. Overall flavor.
I liked it. I would give it a solid 4. Yeah, not the best burger I've ever had, which would be a 5, but definitely like better than a standard fast food burger for sure.
For sure. Kyle.
Yeah, I'd say a 4 as well, and I'm gonna put my weakness to spice aside. I'm not gonna let that make me biased. It's definitely it's a well balanced burger, so I would give it a 4. And I love the pepper jack cheese on top of it. It's so
Me
good.
too. Really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4 too. I mean, like, because I'm kind of comparing it to like all burgers.
Right.
But like if I really compared it to like fast food burgers, if I just kept it in fast food, it might be a 5 because I'm not really sure I'm going to run into anything like much better than it. You know what I
Right.
like as far as like fast food stuff goes. I mean, like I'm sure there is something out there. I mean, like maybe I'll reserve that for like Mac Burger, but you know what I mean, like something
Yeah.
like a little bit more. But like it's pretty good. Like I said, I'm going to keep going back to the veg on it. Like
Yeah.
I just thought
I would get this again for sure.
yeah, oh
I
absolutely
mean, I would still choose like In-N-Out over this, but
right.
you know, or Shake Shack, which I really like their burgers. But this is, I mean, if I'm out in the middle of bumfuck Egypt and there's a
Mhm.
Carl's Jr., I would get this again.
For sure. All right, risk factor.
My favorite
This is,
category.
now this is the opposite. 0 making it like really good. 5 being like you feel like you're gonna throw up.
I would say like maybe a 1.5. You know, I feel like I definitely feel like maybe a little bit of indigestion, but nothing too bad. It's gonna fade. I know that.
Right.
I know it's not. I know it's not a long haul, like heartburn, indigestion. You know.
Right. Oh, heartburn. Like right when your like hopes and dreams of life start to vanish, the heartburn shows up. Just to
Yeah.
like
Right.
when you realize that you'll probably never make it to Egypt. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's like when you start going, oh, you know, I gotta stop eating salsa after about 7 o'clock, right? You know, like
Right.
it's like
Right.
it's a slippery fucking slope. Kyle, how about risk factor?
So this is hard to judge. My stomach is hurting already, but I also have to poop, and that was something that had to happen before.
Right.
But I'm trying to. So I mean, I'm trying to be non-biased again here, being weak to peppers and having to poop. I would say, if I was feeling normal, I would say about a 3.5 or a 4, just because I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive belly.
Yeah, it's also you eat like carrots and air the rest of the week. So
Yeah, so this is a lot for my system right
yeah,
now.
your stomach's probably like, dude, you're a fucking asshole. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go like a 1, a 0.5 or a 1. I mean, it's not any spicier than like how I normally make my food. I mean, I put I'm not like some like jockey spice bro, but like I use like El Yucateca on everything. You a Yucateca fan?
Oh, so good. Love
It's
it.
so good. The
So
black.
good.
Have you tried the black?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
the
tried
black's
most of the varieties. That's yeah, one of my favorite hot sauces for sure.
so consistent. Like you know, like I had it like a bunch of years ago, and then I kind of came around to it again, and it's just like now I have to put it on like everything.
So good.
So good. That's a total endorsement for El Yucateca, and if the
Go get that sponsor.
yeah, I gotta go. That's what I'm looking for. I feel like, you know, I mean, I'm a double X shirt. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go 0.5 because like I just kind of feel like I just ate something. You know what I mean? Like I just
Right.
like I just feel like I mean like I don't really feel like like I said before, it doesn't really feel like I ate like fast food. Like I mean like even like Taco Bell, like when I'm like done with Taco Bell, I'm like, ugh, I just
Right.
like I just like you know you have that like looking at the pornography that you were looking at, like you know, like right after you're done. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, dude, like so, like you know what I mean? Like that's how I feel with Taco Bell. Like once I'm full, I'm like look at all the wreckage around me, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is
Yeah, I feel fine.
yeah, I feel fine. I feel fine. I feel like you know, like yeah. Cool. All right, and the final one, overall grubbing. How, where would you put it on? Like, which is like kind of a mixture of everything. You know, grub factor is kind of like it's kind of like a moving target. You know what I mean? But like you know how like nachos are grubbing. You know, like
Yeah.
you just want to keep eating it kind of deal. Like
I would say, yeah, I would say it's like a 3 3/4, probably. 3.75.
All right.
Definitely good. Yeah, maybe not like elite, but
Sure.
excellent. Pretty excellent.
Sure. Kyle, yeah, you got food in your mouth. You want me to?
Yeah, I got it. I'll put it on the side, like we talked about. I'm getting better at squirreling it up. So since I went back to it and ate the rest, I would definitely say I'll give it a 4, man. It's it hurts, but it hurts so good. Dude, I did take the jalapenos off, but there's still a lot of juice and seeds on the cheese, but
Got that flavor still.
it's a great flavor. That's the thing. I love the flavor of jalapenos. I love them on nachos, but they hurt me.
Yeah.
It's an abusive relationship.
I'm gonna go 4 too. Just like right in the center, there was like kind of a big glob of mayonnaise, and like I'm kind of a sucker for mayonnaise, like that. Like it was like jalapeno, cheese, like all the vegetables. Like one bite in the center was like just kind of like gooey and like extra, and it was just like enough to like send me over the line. You know what I mean? And it is not elite. It is not. There's probably burgers that are more grubbin that I like less than this. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like there's like, I can grub down on a quarter pounder with cheese. Like, but I like putting
This is
fries.
a better burger, probably.
This is a better burger, right? But like a quarter pounder is a grubbin thing. It's kind of like gooey and it's just like salty. I put fries on top of it and they get kind of gooey and like it's just like a deal. But this is like I felt like a better thing. But like I said, that one bite in the center, I can be a sucker for like oozing fast food items. You know what I mean? Like if it's seeping something, not like the get it all over your face commercial thing, but like if it's just like like cheesy, I don't know, saucy kind of.
I would say that would be one of my critiques would be, I wish it had a little bit more sauce on it.
Right. Yeah, you were saying yours was a little dry.
A little dry, but I mean, there were saucy parts, but yeah, I think overall, if it had a little bit more sauce, might have got that 4 from me. I don't know.
We started this. We bring this one up. We started it with the Meat Mountain from Arby's.
Oh shit! How was that?
It's terrible, actually. Like it's not, and not even like it's not, and not even like, oh, it's gross, terrible. It's actually just kind of bad. Like it was like. And that was the deal. Like it wasn't saucy at all. They had 2 cold pieces of cheese on it, which just sort of like I was kind of hoping it would have been like just like a big mess and like a like
Right.
I would have enjoyed kind of just like I would have enjoyed it way better had it been like more disgusting, But
Right.
instead it was just like kind of just like a lukewarm. Like what did you describe it as, Kyle? Like a.
So when so when you were a kid and you could smell everyone's lunch in the cafeteria,
Yeah.
it's like that, but as a sandwich together. that horrible, like just, oh, they're having beef, they're having chicken, they're having this. Smell all the dead animals together. It was like a butcher shop of a sandwich. Yeah, there was chicken tenders, there was bacon, there was roast beef, there was corned beef, there was brisket, ham, turkey, and it felt like you were biting into like a whole ham.
A zoo.
Like the mouthfeel was disgusting. It was so gross.
We're calling this the zoo. It's got every animal. I like Arby's, but I have to do a lot of Arby's sauce usually.
Yeah.
I'm usually drenching it.
And if they would have put the cheddar sauce on it, like the cheddar, it would have
Beef
been
and
better.
cheddar stuff,
the beef and cheddar, it would have been like actually like good. Like it actually, this is going to be strange. I haven't really been the same to bacon since I've eaten it, because the bacon was so like out of all of that stuff on there, the bacon was like really gross. Like it was just like such like a bacon flavor on top of like everything else that it like sort of like actually like it kind of like I haven't quit eating bacon. I've eaten it plenty since, but like but I'm not like it's not. I don't know. Like it just did something weird. It
ruined bacon for you. That's terrible.
It was, and like the chicken tenders on it, it was weird. I don't know. It's a weird deal. Like I get what they're trying to do. Like I'm trying to be funny or some shit, but like it was
Gimmick.
They just fell off. They fell onto my fucking floor mat when I did it.
I
Rolled right off my sandwich.
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
think that
how-
I could have handled that better. I don't know. That was like if I had come up with it, if they had charged me with making it, I think I could have made it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have faith in you.
I appreciate that. If there's one thing you can see by looking at me is I'm pretty good at eating, and
Like-
so I'm pretty good at like thinking of food. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this, put like more of this on here. I do have a culinary degree. I really do.
That's awesome. Yeah, I knew that. I think I knew that.
But yeah, so. Well, this has been awesome, Johnny. Thanks so much for joining us on our.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
thank you,
so fun. Thanks, you guys.
You got
Nice
anything
meeting
you looking to promote? You got a podcast?
I do. Hipsterocracy, brought to you by The Hard Times. And yeah, every Wednesday, new episode drops. Just talked to Brendan Benson from the Raconteurs, which is super cool.
That was cool.
And then we've got Claire Pluton and Val Nigro from Hot Takes with Hot Dykes, the best named podcast of all time. And it's a super fun combo. That one comes out on Wednesday. And I've got some really huge guests coming up. And I'm doing live comedy. So go follow me on the places at Hipsterocracy.
If you haven't checked out Johnny's comedy, please do. It's some of my favorite. Johnny's a really good dude to boot. He's been really helpful in my comedy career, and had some really great stuff. And your podcast is really great. You've gotten some really great people on there, so like it's actually really fun to listen to.
Yeah, I think it's been a good mix of like big names and then people that I kind of want to promote that I think are fucking awesome. So
sure.
And we're gonna keep doing it like that until they tell me I can't do it anymore.
Right.
Nice.
And that's with those fine people at the Hard Times, which
Right. Yeah.
So cool. And Kyle, you're doing some shows.
Yeah, I got on the 22nd, I'm gonna be in Dallas, Oregon, probably yelling at some rednecks, but I'm gonna try to get through some of my set. But you know how those shows go. And the 23rd, I will be at the Flight Lounge, which is a marijuana club. And that's going to be a really fun show being produced by the Amazon Queen. She's awesome, Belinda Giles. And then I'm just going to try and hit the road a bit. I'm going to Tacoma Comedy Club, and I'm doing 2 nights in a row at the open mic. So I'm going to get a hotel out there and hang out with me and Jaron George are going out there. So it'll be a good time.
Cool. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun. You can find my stuff. I'm on all sorts of podcasts that you probably know. Check out another goddamn horror podcast we could do with my friend Graham and another comedian, Jonas Barnes. That's a lot of fun. We'll try to get you on there at some point too, John.
Oh yeah, that'd be hella fun.
Yeah,
I love Jonas.
Yeah, he's one of the best. He's a good dude. So yeah, thanks a lot. It's been awesome. I appreciate you both. That's it.